What? What are you doing?
Hello from future me. Here is a bit of context to this video because we're starting in kind of a weird way. I actually forgot to record the intro, or at least I thought that I did. And this is kind of a classic vlogging mistake when you press the record button and you think you're recording. So then you stop recording by pressing it again. And that's actually the time that you start recording. And then you get this funny video of you recording like the ground. But to give you some context of what's happening here, I want to start this video going back to where we ended the last video at Dettifoss for sunset, where we got some amazing light, and then we drove from about 1 a.m. in the morning across North Iceland. There was absolutely nobody on the road. It was an amazing drive. We took a bit of a shortcut to get to this really remote town in the northeast, and that's where we met up with the other half of the group and saw our second Puffin Colony. So there is a bit of backstory from the future, and I hope that you enjoy this video.
Albeit Puffin Paradise here, it is surprisingly relatively difficult to get some iconic shots. I think we're all a bit spoiled from day one. We got some absolutely fantastic close-up puffin shots, and we show up here and it's like, oh wow, there's even more, and they're really close to this boardwalk. But there's a lot of action, which is cool for just watching them, and I guess good for photography as well, and video. I got some great video. But they're fishing. It's like, 4 a.m. in the morning, and these little guys are moving. So there are a lot of really cool opportunities to try and get them taking off or landing and coming back with fish in their mouths before they dive into their little burrows to feed their new families. And that is surprisingly very difficult. So for any of you watching that are photography enthusiasts, wildlife photography, as you know, can be quite the challenge, and it's one of my favorite forms of photography. I think wildlife, landscapes, and travel are definitely top 3 for me. So when I can combine all 3, that's even better. And that was really cool. But for us now, it is time to sleep. It's been a really long day, and we've covered a lot of distance and seen some cool stuff. But this is just the beginning of this video, so for you, it's gonna go by like the blink of an eye. Wait, one more thing when it comes to wildlife photography, trying to give one little tip of education is to try and get eye level with your subject. I can't remember if I said that in the first video or not, but it is a very good piece of advice, and happens to work really well when photographing wildlife. Okay, see you tomorrow. All right, and good morning from the next day. We are back on the road and we've left that amazing town, Baka something. Again, it was on the screen, you just saw it. I can't pronounce Icelandic names for the life of me. But we're heading further south now, along sort of the southeast coast towards Hoffen, which is the final stop for today. And the first location that we're checking out is close to a very popular town called Sigurðarfjörður. This is where the ferry stops to go to Denmark and the Faroe Islands. So it's actually a really popular route for a lot of people to come across from Europe with their own camper vans. And this sort of fjord town has a couple of amazing waterfalls. This is a river that comes all the way down this canyon towards the fjord, and there's just multiple cascades along this route. So if you ever find yourself in Iceland on the east coast, the northeast, Sigurðarfjörður has a couple of beautiful waterfalls to check out. And then where we stayed last night, man, those puffins, that was a really, really cool part of Iceland. So yeah, let's get a couple of shots of this and then we'll continue on the road to Hoffen. Windy, oh my goodness. Ugh, like 40 kilometers sustained with gusts of up to like 60, which does make it a little bit difficult to set up tents at a campsite. But we made it here to Hoffen, which is in the southeast of Iceland, and there's a great campsite here. It's usually probably pretty busy in the summer. It does look like there's a lot of people. I think you might be able to hear that wind right now. Hopefully the mic is not making it too bad. But yeah, the campsite is, we've got space, which is nice. And we're going to head towards Vestrahorn, which is a very kind of classic spot here in Iceland. And let there be light. After a few hours of waiting, the clouds have parted and we're getting some color in the sky. So I'm sure the group is super happy about that. And I'm stoked to share with you some more of this awesome landscape, because you saw it in the winter, saw it a few years ago, and now we're back 2022. Travel slowly returning to normal, hopefully, and back in Iceland for the midnight sun. What a difference a couple of hours can make in Iceland. We have been sitting at Vestrahorn hoping for the clouds to depart and to get a bit more calm weather. It's been a crazy weather day, as you've seen, and we've traveled quite far. And what do you know? Bam, 4 in the morning. Vestrahorn is basically bluebird. The wind is gone, and we've got some really nice images. Now it is getting a little bit too bright, which only landscape photographers would complain about, but I think you know what I mean. And we've come to this like lagoon, which is kind of far away from the classic Vestrahorn area that you photograph. I found it in 2019 because of Thor, one of the Icelandic photography guides, and I got an awesome photo of it, and I thought to myself, shit, if this is still accessible, we got to come back here. So I've just taken some of the participants off to the far side of this lagoon you can see behind me, and they've got these beautiful lupins in the foreground, these purple flowers that you see all over Iceland in the summer, which I just found out may be alien species. Actually, I didn't know that, so that's very interesting. But aside from the point, it's a really nice foreground for the epicness of Vestrahorn Mountain, because it's bluebird. So you need some form of interest, like even the waves would be good too. But because it's so calm now, the wind's gone, it's really nice. Great time to be photographing. It's almost 4 in the morning, so it's going to be another late night, early in the morning. But that's part of the Midnight Sun photography adventure, and you've been along for the ride now for what, like 5 days, I think. I think this is my 5th day of vlogging, so that's pretty awesome. And still got 2 more to go. So tomorrow we're gonna head down the south coast, and then the last video I'm gonna take you to a place where you may not have seen before. It's a bit of a surprise on our last day, so that's something to look forward to, and I will see you there. Bye bye.